I'm Father Dom, and this is what I think. Today we're going to be talking about alcohol, especially during this Christmas and Advent season. There's a lot of Christmas parties or holiday parties, depending on where you work. And at these parties, you generally have some spiked eggnog, some spiked punch, a lot of spiked things, and then, just regular beer and wine and other spirits. So often I get questions from parishioners and friends asking, is it a sin to drink? Well, no. In and of itself, drinking is not sinful. I mean, for the most part, the Catholic Church is largely responsible for the sales of alcohol around the world. Many of the spirits that we enjoy today, from the hard stuff to beer and wine, were actually perfected by Catholic monks and priests. So drinking has been a huge part of the Catholic Church really since the beginning. I mean, even Jesus made the best wine, right? And so drinking alcohol is not and never has been a sin. The church has never been puritanical. We've never been against things like drinking or smoking. G.K. Chesterton, for example, is known for famously saying that there's no contradiction between the pint, the pipe, and the cross. And so drinking is a big part of our Catholic faith. It's a big part of our Catholic cultural life. And so drinking, therefore, is not in and of itself a sin. Now, if we look in the scriptures talk a lot about drunkenness, right? The Psalms, many of the books of the Old Testament, and some New Testament books talk about not getting into drunkenness, about staying sober and alert. Okay, we read in the New Testament in one of Peter's letters, right? And so drunkenness is very different from drinking, okay? And anyone who's over the age of 21 will know that there's a huge difference between having a beer with a friend and then getting smashed on a Friday or Saturday night or maybe on a thirsty Thursday, right? Okay, so drunkenness is a sin. But now, where do we kind of draw that line? Now, sometimes I go out and I'm with a friend and we're sitting down and we've had a few beers and I don't even realize that I've been overserved until I stand up to go use the bathroom. Well, now we're starting to play with a lot of the gray area of, what was my intention? What was I seeking to do here? Did I know knowledge? Okay, we're playing with a lot of different things here, right? On a safe bet, here's what I generally tell people. If you're going out to get smashed, that is 100% a sin. It says all over the scriptures to stay sober and alert, okay? Once we're sober, when we have all the use of our faculties upstairs, then we can make good, informed, healthy, and holy decisions. The more that we lose our faculties to make those decisions, the less likely we're going to be to choose whatever the holiest and more prudent option is, right? So, drunkenness is a sin. If you happen to get there on accident, that's between you, the Lord, your confessor, and your spiritual director. Of course, we always want to watch out for signs of becoming addicted. If there's ever a point in which you feel that you have to have a drink, that you absolutely need a drink, and that happens more than just on a Monday or Friday afternoon, but it happens every afternoon and maybe every hour of the day, that's a time to go to somebody and say, I think I have a problem, I may need some help, and then to seek that help in sincerity of heart. I hope this helps you in your holiday partying scene. It's not a problem to have a little champagne, a glass of vino, and a nice cocktail to end the night, or some spiked eggnog around that Christmas tree. But be careful, be safe, and always be holy.